What's going on? I'm Cliff Hill. You are tuned into Baller Alert. I am here with the one and only Mr. Devale Ellis and Miss Crystal Renee Hayslett. How are you guys today?
So we chilling, man. How are you?
Listen, I'm doing good, man. I cannot complain. First of all, thank you guys so much for giving us the time to speak with you guys today. I want to give you guys your flowers on an amazing show. I've been on the edge
Oh,
of my seat, season one and two. The
thank
story
you.
you guys are telling, I mean, just how important it is for the Black community. Thank you guys so much and congrats on the season three.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now I want to jump right into it. Let's talk about Zach first. I mean, Zach seems to be, he can't catch a break, right? He's getting
Right.
it from his team, he's
Right.
getting it from his family, his friends, the neighbor. Zach is just going through so much. And then you have Fatima, who's like the G, right? She keeps the strap in her purse. She doesn't
Yeah.
take much. She's the it girl. So I
Yeah.
want to know, how much of yourselves would you say are in your characters?
Mm.
You want to go?
Yeah. There is a lot of the protectiveness, a lot of the ride or die, ride it dawn
Right. It
is
on.
in
Yeah.
me. Yes,
Yeah.
it's in me. And I don't play about the people I love.
Okay.
So that's where Fatima and I are definitely similar. When it comes to a lot of things that she has put up with, I don't know if naturally Crystal would be able to, but I would love to have that type of like willpower
Yeah.
and push that Fatima has when it comes to love. But it takes a very strong woman.
Yeah, I think that's something that's very tough. The girls were just saying the same thing about how you forgive so much and how you let so much slide. Can we handle that in real life? So absolutely.
Exactly. I'm
Yeah.
be honest with you. No.
It depends. It depends because Zach be laying it down. You know what I'm saying? People a lot when they be feeling good. You feel me? But no. Um, No, I sometimes I'll be reading the script and I'm like, dang, they're gonna have Zach do this? Like Fatima gonna deal with this now? Like this is a lot.
Yeah.
So I would have to say that there's probably about 5% of DeVal.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
Zach is not DeVal at
At
all.
all.
Okay.
I'm really big on fatherhood. I'm really big on being married. Like it's
Mhm.
everything that Zach isn't is who DeVal is. But most importantly is DeVal is a lot more calculated. You know,
Okay.
I make decisions based on scouting out the area, seeing what's going on, and then deciding what I want to do. Zach is just things happen, he go.
Mhm.
He's not even thinking. I would say Zach is like the 15-year-old DeVal. Because
I
I was
got you.
like that when I was younger. Zach has a lot of growing up to do.
I think one part about Zach that I feel like has to be in the vibe is the humor. There's no way you're that funny and you're not that funny in real life. I've never hung out with you or know you in real life, but one moment he swung the bag over the pocketbook over his shoulder. When I tell you I died, I'm like, he has to be this funny in real life. Like, has to be.
I'm a little bit of a clown at times. My kids don't
Okay.
think so. They don't think I'm funny at all. They just be looking at me like, Dad, you weird. But a little bit of the
Yeah.
comedy comes from DeVal.
Got you. Now, I was saying before that you guys touched on some serious, real life, everyday issues from friendship and balancing your love life to infidelity and cheating. Sexuality was a big one in season two. Family drama and trauma. You guys have experienced some loss. What do you guys hope that viewers will receive from the show?
Man, I feel like we do. We touch on so many amazing topics that are in households. My hope is that our show sparks conversation.
Yeah.
Conversation around mental health, conversation around substance abuse, conversation between people in relationships, and hey, how can we really like make this thing work and getting the help that you need to really move past a lot of the trauma.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I would say that I hope people take away from this grace, forgiveness, and
Mm,
truly learning your spouse. If you want to learn the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you should get to know their family. Because if you know their family, then you get to know, oh, this is how this person ticks. So I think in season two, we learned a lot about Zach's family and Fatima's family,
yeah,
which
for
kind of
sure.
opened some eyes about why they jump out the window so quickly to get things done. So I hope people take heed to that, look at themselves and say, you know what, I can reflect on some of my choices because I can see myself in Zach or Fatima.
Absolutely. And as a viewer, I definitely feel that 1,000%. The other day I was watching it with my partner, and I was like, and it was like, just watching this show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, once you get a then you know
A
what
lot of
time
those
it
moments.
is.
Now, some of the scenes as a viewer was actually tough and hard for me to kind of watch and get through. Specifically, the one where you guys kind of decided to break up and Zach kind of finally lost it, kind of messed up the home a little bit. And then when Zach decided to finally go through therapy and talk to his mom, and then of course, just scene with Miss Gladys. Was it hard for you guys to record and get through and act through these moments? Like, was it tough for you guys? What was that like for you guys getting through those hard, tough, choking scenes?
Yeah. It was,
Man,
I feel like for you, it was a very
it
tough
was hard.
season.
It was
Yeah.
hard. This season was hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. Not because she's here, but I literally love this woman. Like we created a bond together through sisters, and we wanted our own show, and we worked for it, and we manifested this. So
Mhm.
this has become one of my closest friends. But then when you get on set and you gotta scream and call bitches and cry and you can't just put away all of that love. So for days leading up to that scene, we didn't talk. We didn't
Gotcha.
talk. We didn't text. We just knew that scene was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to go into that scene, and I could tell that she wasn't ready for me to do that because the way she looked at me and responded. You remember the scene when she got up slow motion,
Mhm.
said, "I've been keeping niggas off me for you." That wasn't acting. That was Crystal living in that space
Mm-hmm.
and being called a bitch and watching me act that way and watching her respond. Even talking about it now kind of like brings me some emotion because I had never seen Crystal like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And seeing Crystal like that acting as Fatima, when you see me break down at the end, it was almost like, I hope I didn't hurt my friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's how we got through that.
Yeah.
And how do you guys snap out back to real life, back to hanging out after something?
We
After
hug it
those,
out.
We hug it
all
out.
a part of the
Hug it out.
job.
Yeah.
We come back and come here, homie.
I'm sorry, man.
I love it.
Yes, a
Yeah.
bunch of apologizing, but
Yeah.
understanding that we acting and
And
this
it's
is a
our
craft.
segment. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Now I'm asking everybody this question. What character other than your character would you say you most relate to in real life? So you say you're nothing like Zach, but maybe you're like Cameron's character in real life. And you say maybe you're like Angela in real life. So what character would you say you relate to in real life?
I would have to say Tony.
Okay.
Tony is more level-headed. He's the one that when Zach is going through something and he's tired of listening to Nathan's character, he sits down in the barbershop and he talks to Tony. And
Mhm.
Tony will give him some real life advice and say, look, bro, forget what Nathan is saying, forget all of that stuff. You love that woman, right? You want to be with her, well, then you have to make some changes. So I would say a more mature Tony.
He was the more stand-up friend, I will say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Oh man, I identify so much with Fatima on so many levels, but I guess I would say Nzinga's character, Angela. She's an incredible friend. She's a mirror. She always reminds you, hey, like you need those friends that put the mirror to your face. And I
For
feel
sure.
like I'm that friend where I hold my friends accountable. And I feel like Angela does that as well.
Yeah, Angela does do that. I was thinking about the other side of Angela. Because
Mhm.
Angela is like a super freak and kind of like extra promiscuous. And I know Crystal, and Crystal ain't that.
Ain't that,
So I'm
yeah.
like,
I was say, where you going with this?
I'm like, no, I don't see
You like
but the
that
other part,
the
I
other
get,
part,
the other part I get, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my last question, quick before my time run out.
Okay.
We've seen Zach and Fatima kind of go through every single probably issue that a couple can go through. How will we see their strength together as a couple come through in season 3?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely comes through. Like,
Yeah.
there are moments where you realize it's not us; it's really us versus
Yeah.
everybody else. You know, and I think this time we're like realizing that we do love each other. We're down for each other. We know what it is now,
Yeah.
and
You gonna watch this season and say those two will tear Atlanta apart for each other.
period.
That's when you watch this season, you're gonna be like, nah, don't.
Mhm.
If this is the couple that if you see something, they be like, yo, just stay out of it. Don't say
Don't even-
nothing because they gonna come for you. This is the season people see that.
Yeah,
Listen, I'm super excited, man. Thank you guys so
Yeah.
much for taking the time out to talk to me.
of
Congrats
course.
again on everything. You guys should be so proud of yourselves. And until next time, thanks for the time today.